Y'all remember the pandemic in 2020? Well, we were at the height of it, and I made the decision to transition my personal styling business from in person to completely virtual. And it was scary. I'm not gonna lie. It was one of the biggest decisions I had to make in my personal styling business, but one of the best decisions. And I'm so excited to be here today to talk to you all about how to transition your business from in person to virtual. So if you're wanting to know, keep watching. Hey stylists, if it's your first time tuning in, welcome back. I am Kristen, your favorite style biz coach, and today we'll be talking all about virtual styling. I recently got some questions about the virtual styling business, and I thought it would be a perfect segue into this video. Some of the questions that I got were some questions that probably could have been Googled, I'm not gonna lie. But some other questions were very great and really just helped me to lay the foundation of what I'm actually going to talk about today. So real quick, for those of you who don't know me, my name is Kristen. Like I said, I'm your favorite style biz coach, and I'm the CEO and founder of Project Style University, where I help aspiring, emerging, and more established personal stylists really turn their love for styling into a thriving business that offers in-person and virtual styling. So I want to show you how to do both, because you can do both. As a CEO stylist, I hopped into this industry back in 2013, and I didn't know what I was doing. I was an editorial stylist, honestly, really just being whatever I saw was out there. And it wasn't until a couple of years later that I realized that there was another type of styling that I loved even more: personal styling. So I found my love in personal styling, and honestly, I haven't looked back since. And as I mentioned in the beginning of this video, in 2020, I made a decision to transition my entire business from being in person to virtual. And it was very scary. It was a big decision that I had to make as a business owner, as a CEO stylist, and really just humbling myself and doing something different, doing something that I really hadn't ever really done before. I had offered virtual styling services in the past, but my business wasn't completely virtual, and I've always wanted it to be. So to know that I was finally in a space where I could do that was just exciting. It was very nerve-wracking, but also very exciting. So today I want to talk to you about what virtual styling actually is and what you can do to transition your in-person styling business to virtual styling. So first off, before we hop into anything, y'all, I really want to break some of these misconceptions about being a stylist in general. So one, you do not need a degree and you do not need to go to school to study styling to be successful. I did not go to school for this, y'all. I literally studied business management and entrepreneurship. And yes, that probably is perfect and goes along the lines of being a personal stylist. But honestly, I don't remember half the stuff I studied in college. I really don't. So I say that to say anybody can be a virtual stylist, anybody can be a personal stylist, anybody can be a stylist and be successful. You just have to, of course, have great style, understand how to dress other people, listen to what people are needing from you, and also be able to turn your passion into a business. If you're just styling and you do not have a business that works, you're literally just feeding your hobby. And that's something that I had to come to an understanding with a long time ago. Back in 2013, when I was editorial styling and just getting my feet wet and finding my groove with styling, I was doing a lot of things for free. I had internships. I was shadowing. I was really in my bag, like getting the experience that I needed. No, I wasn't making a ton of money. Honestly, I really wasn't making any money. But I can say that I've tried so many different types of styling. I've done editorial, I've done e-commerce, I've done wardrobe styling, and of course now personal styling and virtual styling. So I've had my hands in quite a few different pots, and that's how I was able to figure out what actually I wanted to do when it came to styling. So if you're new to this, if you're an aspiring stylist, if you're just getting started, if you haven't gotten started yet but are looking to hop into this industry, do anything that really makes sense for you and that aligns with the direction that you want to go into. Don't be afraid to try different things. Don't be afraid to try new things, because if you don't, you won't actually know what works and what you actually enjoy doing. So I was able to try all of those things, and I realized like, those really aren't the type of styling that I want to do. That isn't really exactly what I want to do. I think I want to do this. I know that I want to do this. And once I found that out, I got really, really good at it. So moving forward with personal styling, I, of course, was working with my clients in person. And it was a great experience, but it was also a lot. I was working with my clients in person, and I wasn't really sure how exactly I wanted to work with them. A lot of them were shopping with me. A lot of them, I was going shopping hours for and just bringing clothes to them to try on. A lot of the clothes didn't fit. Some of the questions I was asking the clients just wasn't really giving me the information that I needed to properly serve them. I was all over the place. But I will say that I learned a lot from those experiences so that I could really grow in my business. So now, like I mentioned, I'm in a space where I can, style my clients virtually and really get all the information that I need by asking the proper questions, using the proper tools, and really setting myself up for success so that I can provide the client with what they're looking for. Again, you don't need a degree. You don't need to go to school to be a successful stylist. Honestly, styling comes from within. You'll be a natural at styling. The more you do it, the easier it becomes. Practice on styling different body shapes. Practice on styling different types of people. And pay attention to what you're liking and pay attention to what you don't like. And really stick with what makes sense for you and get really good at it. Okay, so let's hop into how to actually become a virtual stylist. Now, before I transitioned my styling business in 2020 to becoming completely virtual, I already had a process of how I was working with my clients in person. I knew that we had our call, I knew that we did our consultation, and then I offered them the service. So at that point, if I can do that in person, I can easily transition that into virtual, right? All I need is the proper tools. All I need is the proper verbiage and just an understanding of how to use a computer, which at this point, 2023, we should all know how to use a computer. But I say that to say, it's a little difficult to hop right into virtual styling straight out the gate. So if you're an aspiring stylist and you want to become a virtual stylist, by all means, do what you want to do. But first, you really have to make sure you've created a process that works. So start styling some people. Start figuring out how you want to serve your clients. Start figuring out the process you want to take your clients through when you're working with them. That will make it so much easier for you to transition from in-person to virtual. This is how I see it. I see in-person styling as a prerequisite to virtual styling. So really make sure that if you're wanting to become a stylist and you have not started yet, start now. Start working with clients, start working with your friends, start working with family members, your coworkers, styling different people, and really nail down a process that works, a process that is easy for you to get the information from the client that you need, which is their sizes, their body shape, their style preferences, their budget, all of those good things. And then once that starts to work and you start generating a consistent amount of income or just consistent amount of clients, and you've really nailed down a process, then you can consider or think about transitioning into virtual styling. So as a virtual stylist, a lot of the things that I was doing in person, I literally just transitioned into doing it virtually. So if I'm meeting with my clients for a consultation in person, I know that I can meet them virtually. For example, I'll use Zoom to now meet my clients virtually, and I'm able to see them face to face and learn about them, ask those questions that I would ask them in person. But I know that virtually, I'm saving myself time, saving myself a lot of headache, driving back and forth, going wherever the client lives. So whatever you can do in person, you can do virtually as well. And that leads me to my next step. So you really want to consider the services that you want to offer virtually and how you want to offer them. For example, if I know that in person, I'm doing a closet cleanse or I'm doing a shopping session, I now need to figure out how can I do this virtually and still offer the same value to the client. Like I mentioned earlier, I started using Zoom. Zoom was the key to virtual styling because I'm able to see my client, one, and two, I'm also able to record the interaction. That's another piece of value that I added into the package that I was offering. And three, it really gives me the option to, now that I have the recording, I can go back and listen and hear what the client is saying and revisit, all of the client's style challenges and, problems that they may be having. As a virtual stylist, you really want to consider what services you want to offer, which if you're already doing them in person, it should be an easy transition, right? And then you want to consider how you're going to offer those services. As a virtual stylist, there is so much more opportunity, so many more ways to offer your expertise to your clients that you may not have thought of if you were just working with them in person. I already had my list of services and my packages that I was offering my clients in person. So it was a no-brainer for me to just transition those services into virtual. But I also explored other ways I can make money as a virtual stylist. Some of those ways are an ebook. You can put all of what you know, you can put some of what you know, whatever specific question you want to answer that clients are always asking you, you can easily put that in an ebook. You can also put what you teach your clients in a course. You can create a membership, a digital membership for your clients, or for people who, want to work with the stylist, but, don't really know like what they're looking for from a stylist. I don't know. And you can create a membership for those individuals to learn from you on a monthly basis. There are so many things that you can do as a virtual stylist that you don't necessarily have the ability to do in person. I really want you to think outside the box as a virtual stylist, and I really want you to figure out and see like what other ways you can help your clients. How can you expand your business as a virtual stylist that makes sense for you and your clients? And that's what being a CEO stylist is all about. Another thing that I want to mention before moving on to the next point is that as a virtual stylist, there are so many different apps and other platforms that you can be on to really continue educating your audience, whether you're doing it for free or whether you're doing it to make money. YouTube is a great way. I'm on YouTube right now sharing my expertise as a style coach, but I'm also sharing my expertise as a personal stylist. And nobody's paying me to do this. I'm doing it for free. I want to provide my expertise. I want to share what I know to those individuals who may not be able to afford my services or invest in my services right away, or just to expand my reach. You can only reach but so far with being on certain platforms. With being on YouTube, you're really expanding your reach to other cities, other countries, and other worlds that you don't have access to right away. I also want you to consider different affiliate platforms as well. So you have your Good Pics, LTK, Miss Tyler. These are platforms that allow you to share your photos, your styled content, and gain commission off of those pieces of content. For example, with LTK, I post content daily. That's photos of me or pictures of things in my closet or things that I see online that I love. I'm sharing that content, but also allowing that content to be shoppable. So any and everybody can access that content and shop it. and I can make money off of that as a virtual stylist. But these are great platforms to share what you're wearing, to share what's the hottest trends for the season, all of those things, and gain commission off of them. And another tip that I'll give you is that when you're creating your ebooks or your lookbooks for your client, which is another way to make an extra stream of income as a virtual stylist, you can actually take the affiliate links from LTK or Good Pics or any of the other affiliate linking platforms and put them into your ebook, put them into your lookbook, and allow your clients and your audience to shop those digital resources. That way they can learn from you, and you can get their email in exchange for them downloading or purchasing the ebook, or just downloading it for free. And when they shop those items, you can easily gain commission. So there is so much opportunity, y'all, with being a virtual stylist that y'all just don't understand. So I'm so excited to be giving y'all some of these gems so y'all can really grow your business and become a successful virtual stylist. So I already talked about some of the tools that you can use as a virtual stylist, like Zoom and YouTube and LTK, but I want to walk through some of the other tools that I use as well. My Gmail calendar. So of course my email is everything as a virtual stylist. I'm always behind my computer checking my email, but my calendar is one of the tools that I feel like a lot of people sleep on. So with my calendar, I'm able to, of course, schedule all of my calls, schedule all of my fittings, schedule all of my consultations, and really just make sure that I don't miss a beat. And I check my calendar daily. Literally every morning I wake up and check my calendar to make sure I know what's happening for the day. Another tool that I use is Acuity. Acuity is a great tool that allows your potential clients to schedule calls with you. And the cool thing about Acuity is that you can link it to your Gmail account and your calendar. So when someone clicks the link, schedules a call, that scheduled call goes right to your calendar. It's a game changer, y'all. If it's not in my calendar, I don't know nothing about it. So the fact that I can have someone to click a link, schedule the time that is available upon my availability, schedule a time that works for them, and it pops right up on my calendar. Y'all, these are definitely some tools that you want to use as a virtual stylist. One more tool I'm going to give you is ConvertKit. Email marketing as a personal stylist that is offering virtual services is everything. Social media is not the end all be all. Instagram is not the end all be all. Facebook is not the end all be all. Twitter is not the end all be all. So many of my clients find me on social media and they gravitate towards me from my content, but they don't always reach out to me right away. So in order for me to keep them excited, nurtured, and to continue like dropping gems and providing those tips and really nurturing them, they have to be on my emailing list. And in my emailing list, I'm sending out emails weekly to keep people updated on what's going on and what I'm doing, but to also provide my expertise. I'm dropping tips, I'm dropping gems, I'm linking YouTube videos that's providing them with style tips that they need to get ready every day. And I'm making sure I'm staying consistent, because if social media or IG or Facebook or Twitter, if all of that goes away tomorrow, how are you going to get a client? So if you have not already created an emailing list, you want to start doing that now. And you can do that by creating a free offer that is easy for people to download. It's a lot of work that goes into really showing up for your audience and really providing them with what they need. But once you actually get the hang of it and get it done, it's super easy and super streamlined. This is a quick tip. I don't know if y'all want to do this, But when I used to go to a lot of networking events back in the day, and I would get everybody's business cards, I would literally add everybody's email to my emailing list. And because I was sending out emails weekly, those people knew who I was when I was sending the emails out. They would receive my emails. I will say a lot of people did unsubscribe, but that's okay, because the people that unsubscribe from your emailing list are your clients. And if they want to work with you, they'll be back. So don't even worry about it. So the last tip that I want to give is really understanding how to market yourself online. As a virtual stylist, you're virtual. You need to know how to utilize social media, utilize email marketing, and really position yourself as an expert. If you're not showing up in the right spaces online, how are your clients going to find you? How are they going to know that you're a stylist? How are they going to know that you're a virtual stylist? You really need to make sure that you are positioning yourself as an expert online as well, of course, as in person. When they sign up for your services or when they book a call with you, you want to reciprocate the same energy you was given online in person as well, or virtually, of course, when you're meeting them in real time on Zoom or over a call. Showing up online is really going to be the key to making sure people know you're a virtual stylist. And is the key positioning yourself as an expert so people actually want to work with you. But it's really not about just posting on social media every day. It's really about being intentional. You really want to make sure you understand who your audience is, who you're talking to, so that your content can resonate with them. It literally takes time to figure that out. It's not something that's going to take a day or 2 days or a month, maybe even 3 months. So give yourself the time to really sit and think and understand, like, who is it that I want to style? Who exactly is my target audience? Why do I want to style them? Why do I want to provide them with my services? Why do I want to help them? What is my story behind why I'm a stylist? Really think about those things. If you're an aspiring stylist, even an emerging stylist, even an established stylist, you really want to make sure you fully understand your why, your target audience, and your personal brand and your personal story, because all of that ties into who you are as a stylist, and it really aligns with what you're going to do. Because there are some things that other stylists do that I don't do because they don't align with my goals. There are some services that other stylists offer that I don't offer because they don't align with who I am as a stylist. They don't align with my values. They don't align with my mission. They don't align with any of those things. I'm telling you and highly suggesting that you spend some time really thinking about your why and the transformation that you're going to provide those clients, because that will bring in those consistent clients and that consistent income, and it'll feel so rewarding. One last thing I want to leave you guys with is, if you want to become a stylist and you cannot fathom being a stylist for free or offering your services for free, then you might want to find another industry. You truly have to be passionate about this. Y'all, I'm almost 10 years in and I'm still not where I want to be. I've done some amazing things. I've had some great moments. I've made a lot of money, but I'm still not where I want to be. But I'm okay with that because I know the more work I put in, the more time I spend, the more time I sit with God and really understand what my full purpose is behind this whole styling thing, I know that I will get to a point where I'm able to make sense of it all. And I want you to be in that space. So get ready for a journey. It's not easy. It's a challenge. It's something different. It's something that a lot of people don't really know too much about. So get used to being uncomfortable. Get used to putting in the work and actually spending time investing in yourself, doing research and anything necessary to really get you to where you want to be. So I really hope you enjoyed this video. I hope I answered all of your questions. And if I didn't and you have more questions, don't hesitate to drop them below. I would love to answer them in another video. Like I said, I really hope that you're super excited to hop into this industry. And if you're already in it, I hope you're excited to truly transition your in-person styling business to being virtual. I'll see y'all in the next video.